Hi, my name is Chris Siefken, and in this video I'm going to walk you through installing WordPress locally on a Windows computer using WAMP. In order to run WordPress locally, you'll need to download and install a couple of programs. First, if you don't already have a code editor, you'll need to download and install one. The one I'm using here is Notepad++, which you can download for free. Just choose the newest release, and then download and install it. The other program you're going to need is WAMP. WAMP is an acronym for Windows, Apache, MySQL, and PHP. This is a free program that will trick WordPress into thinking that your computer is an internet server. If you go to their site, wampserver.com, and scroll down to the bottom, you'll find their downloads. They have a 64-bit and a 32-bit version. If you're unsure of which one you need, you can check by going to your Start menu, to Computer, and right-clicking on Computer, then selecting Properties. And right here where it says System Type, it'll either say 64-bit or 32-bit. Once you have these programs installed, you need to download one more thing, a fresh copy of WordPress. To do this, just go to wordpress.org and click on the download button, and then click on this download button. Now WordPress comes as a zipped file which you'll need to extract. And to do that, select Windows Explorer, navigate to the file, open that file with Windows Explorer, and just select this button at the top that says Extract All Files. By default, it'll put a new folder with all the files in it right next to or in the same place of the original file, which I've already done here. Now that we have all the programs downloaded and installed, we can get started. So first off, let's start WAMP by going to Start All Programs, WAMP Server, and then Start WAMP Server. On the right side of your taskbar, near the clock, you'll need to locate the WAMP icon, and in my case, it's been under the Hidden Icons area, which you can get to by clicking on this arrow. Once you find that icon, click on it, and that will open up a new menu. Once open, click Start All Services. Once you click on that, if the icon wasn't already green, it will become green, letting you know that everything is up and running. Click on it one more time, and navigate to the top where it says Localhost. This will open your browser. As you can see in the URL, it just says localhost, and this is where our new WordPress installation is going to live. This is actually just a folder that this is looking at. To find that folder, click on Explorer, go to Computer, C Drive, WAMP, and this www folder is where all of this is. This index.php file is what we're looking at here. So we need to get all of our WordPress files into this folder. To do that, let's take these files and delete them. Then open up your WordPress folder, open up the folder in that, select on any one of these files or folders, and then hit Control-A to select all, Control-C to copy all of them, navigate back to your www folder, and hit Control-V to paste them all in there. And it will take just a couple of seconds to copy all of these in. Once they've all pasted in there, we can go back out, reload this page, and you'll see that we get an error because we're not quite finished yet. The next thing we need to do is create a MySQL database. WordPress uses a MySQL database to store all the information that WordPress uses. To create this database, go back down to your WAMP icon, click on it to bring up the menu, and then go up to phpMyAdmin. This will open up in your browser. Click on Databases, and then under Create Databases, click in the box and choose a name for your new database. It can be anything you want as long as you can remember what it is. For the sake of this one, I'm just going to make it simple and say WordPress. Once you have that in there, hit Create, and it'll let you know that it has been created. That's all we need to do in here, so you can close out that tab. Next thing we need to do is go back to the www folder and locate the file that has wp config sample. Now WordPress needs a wp config file. So what we need to do is right click on this, say rename, and then delete the sample and the last hyphen. Then we can open up that file in our code editor. In my case, I'm going to right click on it, say edit with Notepad++. In this file, there's a place for the database name, and this is the database that we just created. So for my purposes, it's WordPress. The database user by default is root. And then the database password by default is nothing, so you can just delete this. But make sure that you keep the single quotes. Everything else is fine. You can just save this file, and then we can navigate back out and reload this page. And you should get this right here, which is the welcome to WordPress. Next, give your new site a title. Create a username. Create a strong password. Enter an email. And then click Install WordPress. Once you get to this, hit Login. And then use that same login that you just created. And that's all there is to it. You now have a new WordPress installation locally on your computer. To visit the front end of it, just click on this over here, which will be the title of your site, and say Visit Site. And there you have it, a fresh WordPress installation locally on your computer.